challenges. They had to marry off these young girls. And when you go to that side, you see that there is misuse of money. We have these fat pot-bellied men. They think that having money is just for you to come and consolidate everything you can come across. If you have money, you need to go and start preying on those young girls. So that side of Eastern Uganda, we have a number of challenges, like he talked about the porous borders.
Sugar daddy.
Yes, sugar daddies. Then also the porous borders, you might fight in Uganda somewhere empowered, but again you have more coming in from Kenya, coming in from the other side. So it's very difficult to fight, but again, now maybe that one goes to the government and other stakeholders in that field.
Yeah.
Probably that is what I have concerning the teenage pregnancy in Eastern Uganda.
Okay. Anyone else was anything about teenage pregnancy? Why is it high in Eastern Uganda? Yes, okay.
Maybe in addition, in Eastern Uganda, particularly in Tororo,
yes,
this development partners or NGOs, like they have put much interest on the girls' side. So when these girls are empowered, you see that parents want to marry off their daughters when they are still young. But these boys have permissiveness to do whatever they want. Remember, this boy is going to impregnate the girl. They'll bring for her the girl at their home. But because of his permissiveness, he always does what he wants at his time. So he will not want to listen to anything from the empowered girl. There you will find that the girl will go through many difficulties and will leave the home, will become a single mother, start struggling with life to support the child. Remember, in Toro district, first in the health facilities, we have very few youth corners, and even these peer-led sessions, you can find a girl has a problem. Like one day we had the outreach in a place called the Akadot. It was in Kamul Health Center 3. The girl has a baby, but she was infected with STIs, but she didn't want to talk. So when they were testing the friends there, it was in a school. So we did the mobilization. The next day they came. So the girl was worried. She's not comfortable. So when we tried talking to her, she became open and said this and this and this happened, but I didn't get proper medication. I was neglected. I was done this and this. But we tried to help, but she also identified the victims, other colleagues that were in the same problem. They had shied off to address their problems, and they didn't know whom to talk to. She can tell you we go to the health center, but the health workers are tough on us.
They are like,
and even sometimes they direct these young girls, like when they are harassed, to go to these local leaders like the LC one. First, I may ask that if you are raped, you want to run to the LC one. Maybe the person who raped you has HIV/AIDS, and for it to be treated and to be cured, it has to be in 72 hours. So when you go to the LC one will recommend you to go to police. Within the 3 days, when you are thinking of going to the hospital, you're already infected. So I think the best way that these girls can get helped in these times, that you first run to the health facility, secure your life, then come back and follow the victim. Yeah.
okay. Anyone else with the?
Yeah, maybe just in addition to what he's saying, we are focusing on the eastern. But the other thing that makes Eastern region very unique from these other districts of Uganda, Eastern region has a lot of money in circulation. being at the border of Uganda and Kenya, very many people go there for trade, for businesses, and specifically looking at Tororo, Malaba, and then Busia, Uganda. You see that most of the young people drop out of school just to go and start smuggling goods from the other side of Kenya and then bringing into Uganda. When they get money, they are so excited. So they end up marrying at an early age, impregnating these young girls. And also that is the Trans-African Highway, where you see that most of the truck drivers are using those routes. So most of these young people, because they don't have money, they end up falling victims of circumstance. They fall into traps of these truck drivers who, most of them don't only make them pregnant, but they also infect them with some other diseases. So a lot of businesses there, if you look at mining, you go to Tororo, there is phosphate. You go to Busia, there is gold mining. There is a lot of mining that side. So at the end of the day, there are many people getting money, and this money is used to convince these young girls who end up like getting pregnant. You see the activities like clearing, produce, and so many activities, and also the level of illiteracy. If you compare Eastern and then Central, most of the people in Central know the value of education so much compared to the other people the other side. So most of the young people, if you look at the young people who are in school and then those who are out of school, those who are out of school are at a higher risk of becoming pregnant, so much compared to those who are in school. So now that those in Eastern, majority of them have limited opportunities to access quality education, they end up falling victims of circumstance. Then also going down to the services, if you look at the health services offered the other side, up country, the Eastern and then Central, it's very rare to even find the youth corners active at the health facilities. So most of the young people even lack in accurate information about how they can protect themselves against teenage pregnancy, because it's hard to even access this information compared to those in the Central, this side. So young people from the Eastern end up falling victims of circumstance, and they are at a higher risk of getting pregnant. That has made the percentage of the rate of teenage pregnancy at the other side to be very high.
Okay, then I'm also looking at something. There's something that came in mind. We see there's a challenge here with the young girl child, with the family. So how can we engage the family and the child so that they want the family and the child, the girl child, not to send the girl to be married? How can we talk to them?
Well, we need to have dialogues, and we call them intergenerational dialogues. The dialogues that bring together the young people and the stakeholders who are the gatekeepers of young people. Very many parents would love to talk to their children, but the trend we are living right now, the society has changed. Gone are the days where we could sit on a fireplace, a choto, and the kojas could talk to the boys, and these are the uncles, and then the aunties, the singers, could talk to the girls. That one's no longer into existence. And then the high levels of poverty also are causing a big problem, because these people are selling their girls in exchange for money, for cows. So we need to empower. The government has done great work in empowering families from subsistence agriculture to commercialized agriculture. The president of Uganda has been always emphasizing that, but still other NGOs need to support him, and other civil society organizations need to support him on that. Okay. And then enforcement of laws. Because there are some people who listen when you talk to them,
And there are those who will not listen, even if you say what. Those who need an iron hand. So those ones, we need to ensure that the laws which are into existence are being implemented strictly. So we need to engage police, we need to engage courts of law, because when in these areas where these cases are high,
I think there is there no?
The laws are there are applying on defilement. There's simple defilement, there's aggravated defilement, there's rape, aggravated rape. Yeah? So the
ages of like to be married.
Yeah, even those the school-going children, the school-going girls, the laws are there, they are put in place, but the implementation let the laws not just be in the constitution, but let them be implemented seriously and strictly. You get my point? So we need to engage all the stakeholders. We need to engage the police. We need to engage the local leaders from LC1, LC2, LC3, LC5. Because at the LC5 level, the district level, bylaws are passed and they are implemented. So we need to pass bylaws, we need to engage police, because police also has a problem. Suspects are being got from the community, and then they go to the police. I'm not saying community liaison officers are doing that, but I'm talking about incidences where police creates a neutral ground that parent of the suspect, then parent of the complainant, you come, we sit on a round table. Now this is your son, this is son of the soil, our son in the area, you are creating an enmity that will last forever. Let this person be put into the face of the law and sets an example for others to fear.
Yeah.
Because if this is not done, and corruption, my brother, is killing this country. Corruption is killing the power of
corruption.
So we need to come up. The president is always talking about corruption. I call upon all the NGOs, please. I call upon all funders. Come and support our country on teenage pregnancies. Come support the youth clubs. Come support the Youth Empowerment Center. Come support the National Youth Network. Come support initiatives like the Raising Opinions. Yep. So that these issues can be addressed.
Absolutely.
Empower peer educators in clubs and other health facilities. We need to work together about this. Otherwise, if you don't fight together, where are we seeing the next generation?
It's really going away. Going to Samuel. Tell us what can be done to end teenage pregnancy.
So I'm so grateful. My name is Samuel Gembe. So about what can be done to end teenage pregnancy, I wanted to put a point. I wanted to put some point forward that there is the role of the religions. Okay. You see, when people lose faith in God, you can see all these these kind of immoralities. You see, in the New Testament, during the St. Paul's teaching, it's where it says that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. So a person who is a staunch believer, tajja kwewebuula ng'omubiri gwe agussa mu bintu ebiyinza okumufuula unclean oba unholy in front of God. So eddiini wano ezisobola otuyambako ebintu bingi. Weewaawo